exciting event in track and field, the 4x400 meter relay, when we come back. Musco Sports Lighting is proud to support the Big Ten Network. Musco makes sports lighting happen around the globe, from NASCAR speedways and Olympic Games to collegiate and hometown ball fields. Find out more at musco.com. Final event of the weekend, the 4x4. A lot of speed out there right now. We'll have two sections of the 4x400 meter relay. Ron Jules will be the leadoff leg, a late change for the Nittany Lions. Leadoff leg for Penn State. This is key, this event, for the Nittany Lions. Currently they are in fourth, but it is very tight between Minnesota in third, Penn State in fourth, and Michigan in fifth place overall.
Yes, this is, besides speed, you've got to be able to have good, clean handoffs. Now, if there is a juggle in the handoff, you've got 2 laps to be able to make it up. So you can't panic in case you don't get the pass, very cleanly and very effectively.
And one of the things that the guys are really always going to focus on when that guy coming down the straightaway is a little fatigued, he has to make sure he keeps his hands straight and keeps it straight out so that that guy coming in doesn't have to worry about actually getting the target.
They're also juggling at that exchange line in those first 2 exchanges. It's always tight, always tough because the field isn't spread out yet.
Team to watch here is Penn State in lane 4. 4x400, 2 laps per leg. Leg 1 is off and running. It's Ron Jules carrying the baton for Penn State.
It takes a good half a lap to kind of see where they're going. When they break for the line, that will allow them for us to really see who's in position here. Break for the pole.
You see Jules is getting out to a pretty good start here as he takes that commanding position, and that's very important for that first guy to come out and position his team, because again, you don't want to get too far behind.
And here comes Michigan State. They want the lead back.
It's Penn State, Michigan State, and Iowa as they make the final turn. Final stretch of leg number 1 in the 4x4.
Again, with those arms pumping, you've got to get that baton off cleanly, and Penn State did. They're still in the lead.
Penn State, it looks like they're going to lose the lead here, because that first 100, as you can see here, you always talk to take that first 100 pretty hard and set yourself up coming into that next 2.
But you've got to have a stride and a half before you can cut in, and we've got some contact there. Penn State got knocked out to lane 2. That's why there's always roller derby in the 4x400.
Mike Cadieux on leg number 2 for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Cadieux in the lead, Iowa in second, Michigan State in third.
And here comes State trying to get back into second. Cadieux for 2, here we go. He's got a lead of about 4 meters. He's trying to extend it for Penn State. They're racing the clock and the competition.
Penn State halfway through, hands off with a sizable lead on the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's Penn State, Iowa, Michigan State, and Indiana in section 1 of the 4x4.
These guys are always going to make sure that they actually run that first 200 pretty fast, because they want to set themselves up for that last 2. But again, when you look at these guys coming in, you can see those constant changes, those lead changes. But these guys are going to continue to fight, and they know what's on the line here, especially with the point totals being what they are.
Well, you got Mark Miller from the 800 there in this race. He's tired from the 800, but he's a speed guy that can run the 4x4. That's Mark Miller, the senior from Penn State, out front.
Miller bringing it in. And the final handoff here in section 1 of the 4x4.
Yeah, they juggle things around. The sheets that we have do not have the correct order. We're having to improvise as we go along.
This is freshman Lionel Williams carrying the anchor leg baton for the Nittany Lions.
And again, they're racing the clock because the second heat has to be run yet.
Williams. Lionel Williams. 1 lap to go for Williams. Here comes Iowa.
And Iowa's going to make that move. He should stay right behind him right now until he gets into the middle of that curve, and then come around there on the outside, because it's a short distance, and then take the straightaway.
Chris Barton, the freshman. Chris Barton of Iowa It's Barton against Williams, and Barton brings it in for the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes take section 1, followed closely by Penn State.
Actually, that's Ray Varner, number 191.
He certainly confused us, changing up the order on these relays. Always makes it interesting. So the Hawkeyes finish first, followed by Penn State, as we take you back to the final exchange in the first section.
You take a look at this exchange. You see the guy that's coming in. He just holds it out and makes sure that the guy grabs it that is actually waiting for the baton. But you can see here the actual move made by the guy from Iowa, waiting until he gets to the middle of the curve and actually putting it on, and then using that momentum coming around to the straightaway. Great job by Iowa there.
And Varner ran a 47 to 48 second last 400.
So Varner, a great anchor leg, and the Hawkeyes now will have to watch the clock as we get set for section number 2. So Iowa and Penn State go 1 and 2. And heading into this thing, Iowa was the 5th ranked team in the Big Ten, and Penn State was